Welcome back to day 10 of the course in Mastery. Today, Tom Wood is going to apply what you learned yesterday about building rapport to the incredibly lucrative skill of networking. Following him, Dr. Sheila Murray Bethel is going to tell you a story of an amazing networker.
Thanks, Coral. Yesterday we talked about building rapport, respect and responsiveness. Today, we're going to show you how to network using rapport to get anything you want in life. The secret to networking is really simple, but it's almost always forgotten. Most people who call themselves networkers actually do it completely wrong. Most people think the key to networking is to use your contacts to get what you want, but that's not it at all. It's to use your contacts to help them get what they want. What? You say? I can't help everybody get what they want. I don't have all the skills. I don't have that much time. Exactly. It's your job to match people together, find commonalities, put people together with other people that can help each other. You want to be the go-to person when someone has a problem so that you can help them. Because once you help enough people, the magic starts to happen. You'll see, the second you ask somebody if you can help them, they want to return the favor. And they're going to ask you if they can help you. Now you've started to network. Here's how I network. I may be at a party or a meeting or an event and I'll introduce myself. I'll say, hi, I'm Tom. They'll say, hi, I'm John. I'll say, what do you do, John, and how can I help you? Now, some people may be a little taken aback by that. I don't even know you. I don't know how you can help me. So usually what they'll say to me is, I don't know, what do you do? And I'll just be real simple. I'll say, well, I'm in marketing for a success television network, a digital success television network, and I know a lot of people, and I might be able to help you, or some of the people I know might be able to help you. What do you do? The key is to get them to talk about themselves, and for you to give respect and responsiveness when they talk. Now, what does that mean? It means focus on them. Keep your eye on them. Be interested in them. Your interest in them and their problems and your ability to solve their problems will make them 10 times more likely to want to help you. The more people you help, the more help you'll get. Here's your action task for the day. Now remember, this is not a lazy man's show. You've got to take action. Write things down in your journal and take action. Today, what I'd like you to do is introduce yourself to 3 people. And when you introduce yourself, I'd like you to say, hi, my name's Tom, or your name, and then ask them, what do you do, and how can I help you? Do it 3 times today. You'll find out that the more you do it, the better you get at it. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Dr. Sheila Murray Bethel holds a PhD in communications and is the best-selling author of Making a Difference, 12 Qualities That Make You a Leader. She is also the creator and host of 2 national public television specials, Making a Difference. Today, she tells a compelling story about a man named Frank, who I think must be one of the greatest networkers ever. He takes the idea of service and rapport building to a new level, and because of it, he gets loyal customers who come back to him again and again. And judging by her story, she was more than willing to recommend Frank's services to others. Let's hear what she has to say.
I lived in San Francisco for many years. We just moved a couple of years ago. And when I lived in San Francisco, Bill and I lived right downtown in the city. And we had a wonderful flat up on the 3rd story, had a beautiful view of the bay. It was just lovely. And the only problem is, as you know, how many have been to San Francisco? Oh, well, yeah, almost everybody here. Well, in San Francisco, everything is built up, not out, because there's no room for any more land, so it's very expensive. So everything is high. Well, one of the problems is when I would be going off to give a speech or do something out of town, I would call a cab, and the cab drivers would have to come and pull up in the driveway downstairs, and then they would look up and see where our flat was, which was 56 steps from the street, and they were not coming up. They would just sit and honk the horn, and I'd have to drag my bags down. I got up early one morning. I was going cross country, And I called and they said, okay, be there in just a few minutes. And I knew that would be about a half an hour. Well, 5 minutes, the front doorbell rang. And I said to Bill, I said, sweetheart, who could be here so early, for heaven's sakes? And I went to the front door at the top of those 56 steps. I opened the door. There's a man standing there. I was surprised to see anybody there. And I want to describe him to you. Do you remember when the men used to like to wear what we called polyester leisure suits? Big, fat, wide tie, too short, couldn't tuck in his trousers, an Irish cap, and a smile from ear to ear. And he says, good morning, I'm here to take you to the airport. I said, you're my cab driver? He said, I am indeed. He said, do you have any bags this morning? I said, really? He said, yes. So I gave him the bags. Down he went. Now, I went down as quick as I could to follow this nice man. And he saw me coming right behind him. He rushes over. He opens the back door. I get in. He closes the door. And on the back seat next to me are 3 morning newspapers neatly lined up. It was great. I thought, wow, this is wonderful. He gets in, closes the door, puts his arm over the back seat, and with a big smile on his face, he said, it's so nice to have you with me this morning. I was so shocked, I almost said, it's nice to be had. He said, shall we go now? I said, that'd be real nice. Driving down the freeway, he says to me, would you like to have a cup of coffee this morning? I said, I can't stop. I have a plane to make. He said, oh, no, you don't understand. He goes into the glove compartment. He comes out with 2 styrofoam cups. He takes one. He gives me one. And up off of the front seat, he's got a thermos of hot coffee. Only problem, I have to tell you, I hate coffee. I just don't drink it. But my mom gave me good manners. If he's pouring, I'm drinking. We went down the freeway. He dropped me off at the airport. It was a Tuesday. I was out around the country doing my speeches and seminars and television work and all of that. Friday, I wasn't even in my office. He calls my office because we had exchanged business cards. And my secretary, Linda, answered, and he introduced himself. And he said, now, next week, where is she going? What airline? What baggage does she have? What time is the flight? Anything I can do to help? And he says, and if I'm off duty, don't worry about it. I'm going to be there. But if I'm off duty, I will make sure that somebody else is there to pick her up. He said, I am now in charge of transportation. And Linda said, excuse me? And I never called another cab for 2 years. He was there every single time, or made sure somebody else was. He was incredible. And in fact, in the beginning of our relationship, I started to take him a croissant to go with the coffee. I've been riding with him for about 6 months, and I got in the cab, and I said, Frank, his name was Frank, I said, I got to ask you a question. He said, okay. I said, you are so good. You never seem to miss. I said, how are you so good? I said, what's your secret? He says, well, I do try to focus. I said, you sure do. I said, you take cab driving, which most of us would look at as kind of a menial job. You turn it into a profession. He said, well, thank you. I said, how is it you do that? And he went into his wallet. He pulls out a 4x6 card. And he said, well, this is one of the main things I do. He said, you see, this is my morning checklist. When I come in to get my cab, before I leave, I get out my checklist, and he says, and I check things off. He showed it to me. It looked like the check-off list of a 727. And he said, okay, before I leave, I go, check it off, check it off, check it off. Whoops, watch this one. Check it off, 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 check it off. And I thought, thank you, God. How could I make up Frank? He was incredible. And the thing I learned from Frank, which is no small thing, is that he understood accountability and responsibility. And best of all, he was CEO of Frank. And don't we all want to be CEO of us? Ladies and gentlemen, take a card, focus. Write down what makes you a pro at what you do. Write down what makes you good at what you do so you can focus, focus, focus.
Can you imagine the success and relationships you would create if you applied the same principles that Frank did to his job to your networking skills? Amazing. Tomorrow, Tom Wood is going to take communication to the next level, and he's got a plan of action to back it up. Come back and learn how to get people excited about what you're doing, follow your lead, and take action with you. We'll see you tomorrow.